Boom. Welcome to Learn to Code Live, episode 18, where we build our own ERC20 token and launch it to Ethereum testnet. In the house tonight, I got Michael Z, I got Fido, got Aurelian, and we got Above Detour DJing on Twitch. How you guys feeling tonight?
Great.
Me too. Splendiferous. All right, let's just hop right into it. So where'd that ERC20 standard go? So basically, what we need to do, is find the ERC20 token standard definition documentation, which I'm doing right now. All right. So, for the people who don't know, by the way, we're going to be using Solidity and Remix IDE for. That's all. I mean, that's all we really need. I think Solidity is the language, Remix IDE, and then a MetaMask wallet, which I have. So, and also everyone can have Remix IDE. We don't need to download anything for this at all. Actually, I think so. What we need to do is write the code number one for the token in Solidity. And then number two, deploy it on test network. And that's pretty much it. That being said, there are some standards for creating any ERC20 token. And we have the documentation here written by good old Mr. Vitaly Buterin himself.
That's our boy.
So our Lord and Savior has given us commands of exactly what we need to do. And we are going to beseech him. We should do the right thing, right, guys?
So real quick for basically the people watching, did we mention what is an ERC20 token and why do people use them?
We didn't, but we should we?
Can we start with that?
Do you want to do do you want to give the definition? You want me to do it?
Okay. I'll start with what it is, and you can do the why. So basically, Ethereum is a decentralized development platform which lets you write programs and software that runs on a blockchain in a way that is decentralized. And those programs come in the form of a smart contract. Well, basically, it's like a piece of software that you talk to and you can ask it for data and you can send it data, and a smart contract can store data for you on the blockchain. So it could store something like a player's score in a game, or maybe the amount of tokens that are tied to you for like a particular cryptocurrency. So a lot of these cryptocurrencies that you hear about on stuff like CoinMarketCap or in the news, or even things like Dogecoin, a lot of those newer tokens are actually built on top of Ethereum using the tools that Josh just mentioned. So basically Solidity and Remix, things like that. And basically, even though we're still in the Wild West, before ERC20 was really like standardized, there wasn't a super clear way to have tokens that kind of behaved in ways that people expected. And there wasn't really like a pattern for how to write your smart contract in a way that if developers wanted to write tools that kind of operated with multiple tokens, it was very hard to do that because those tokens and their contracts might be in all sorts of different shapes. They might have all sorts of different functions that you could call with different names and parameters. And so part of what Fabian and Vitalik kind of did here was come up with a standard for here's kind of a protocol or a way to talk about a token or talk to a token contract and get information back in a way that is more or less similar across contracts and across these Ethereum cryptocurrencies. And so they wrote this proposal or paper and Ethereum Improvement Proposal 20. So a lot of these tokens get referred to as an ERC20 token. And basically all that means, aside from the fact that it tells you that it runs on the Ethereum blockchain, is that it adheres to, or it kind of like follows this template that they laid out, so that the developers of that token didn't have to come up with everything from scratch. And a lot of times, like a lot of these tokens don't end up needing a whole lot more than just these kind of cookie cutter variables and functions that they lay out basically in this ERC20 paper.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And the
So-
reason why, sorry, go ahead. What were you saying?
All I was going to say, so it's just a set of standards to be met as well, right?
Yeah. It's like the rules that it's just like rules that need to go by in order to consider it to be an ERC20 token. But the reason why we're making an ERC20 token, well, I guess several reasons. One, if you want to have a interchangeable token with like Ethereum itself, it has to be an ERC20 token. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure that that's the case. I don't think there's another way that you can just like. I think that you can technically publish a token on Ethereum and it not be an ERC20 token, but I don't think that it's interchangeable with Ethereum. So meaning like you can't trade it, you can't literally like liquidate it for, you can't run it through a DEX or a decentralized exchange like, I don't know, Uniswap, PancakeSwap, SushiSwap, whatever, and get another ERC20 token in its place and or Ethereum or vice versa. So let's just say your token, say it's one of like the 10,000 tokens out there right now. It's not currently listed on an exchange. So you can't go on the exchange and buy the token, right? Like the average user can't just like go on the exchange and buy a token because it's not listed on any exchange. So they have to literally take an Ethereum token and quote unquote transform it into whatever token that you're trying to get. So let's just use, I don't know, HGH coin. If you want HGH coin, it's not listed on any exchanges. But in order to get it, you'd have to go through a decentralized exchange where basically there's like liquidity pooling together. And that's a whole nother complicated thing in itself. It's really not that complicated, actually. Like, liquidity providers will take two pairs, so a pair of Ethereum and then a pair of like another coin, and they put it into a pool, and basically allows people to take their Ethereum, run it through an exchange, and then get back another ERC20 token in its place. So as far as like the user sees, the user just knows like, hey, I'm like sacrificing Ethereum in exchange for insert token name here, which happens to be also an ERC20 token. So why? That's why we want to make it like to where it's just like a basic ERC20 token and it's interchangeable with Ethereum and or other ERC20 tokens. And also because Binance is lame, and I mean, I guess we technically we could do this on like Binance Smart Chain if we really wanted to, but why do that? Because in my opinion, the Ethereum network's vastly superior in multiple different ways. No, I mean it's really not like. They're the same thing. Binance Smart Chain and the Ethereum network is literally Binance like copied the Ethereum network. The only thing that makes Binance more, I guess one could say, advantageous to use right now is because it's got lower gas fees. But do you guys know anything about the whole current like tokenomic situation in Ethereum? Gas fees are going to be substantially reduced here pretty soon. So yes, that is what the ERC20 token is and the why. And basically, we don't really know how to do this, just like everything, but we do know that there's an ERC20 token standard that we have to adhere by. So step number one, we have to create a smart contract. Actually, I should whiteboard this, huh? Shout out to Matt W in the chat. Shout out to Oso Chain in the chat. Should I use the whiteboard app or should I use like the OG whiteboard? What do you guys think?
I mean, the on-screen app is probably going to be easier for chat to read, but what do you think?
If you use the Apple whiteboard, I would just stay away from that top left corner, Josh. That top left corner.
All right. And crack open a cold, crispy White Claw. All right, so let's just get the whiteboarding over with. All right. So we're making an ERC20 20 token. Oh yeah, you know what? What are we gonna call this thing, guys? We're doing Harambe coin? Where do you guys want to go?
There's Harambe coin. The other one was TRT coin.
Chat, what is the name of our token we're gonna make?
HGH coin was the other one we.
I'm voting for Harambe coin.
HGH coin's actually already used.
Oh,
Damn.
there's
Beat us.
apparently there's a coin called Cum Rocket. So
Hey.
a
Hey.
I was listening to some
Clearly the
podcast
bar
the
is
other
not
day.
terribly high here, so
No, it's not.
I feel like you can't go wrong if that one passes for a token.
yeah, banana coin would be funny.
Banana coin.
So I was listening to TMI this morning, and they talked about some ridiculous ERC20 token, and they were like, "Yeah, and that's up 26% today." And I was like, "The fuck." I'll have to go back and relist it, but the name it was funny. Let's see.
You're live right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You hanging in over there, Craig?
I am. I had so many fucking technical difficulties.
It's all good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, this is HGH token. How many's in circulation right now?
Look at that graph.
Guys, did I disappear into the blockchain? Is my camera working?
You're still here.
I can see you.
Okay, all right, good,
Fine.
great, beautiful.
The
A
flesh and skin version.
$10,053 fully diluted market cap. Let's give HGH token a round of applause. They did a good job. Good on them.
Solid effort.
Solid effort. Very solid effort. I can only hope we can do equal. We're whiteboard. Okay, so we need a name. So what is our name going to be?
This is like coming up with a name for your software product and then deciding what it's actually going to be. on the name.
HTC.
Are you telling me that if I bought $10,000 of this token right now, I would hold like 50% of it?
Are we going to name it? Yes, basically. Are we going to name it Banana Duck?
Banana
BDC?
duck.
Banana Duck?
Banana.
Banana. I don't know. All right, Litecoin, but like
realistically, if we just start implementing a contract, like how much of this really depends on what the name is. Could we just
that's
move
right.
on it for a bit?
Yeah. All right, guys. Leave a comment if you guys want to give us an idea. We'll let you guys pick. Let the chat pick. What does the chat want the name of the token to be?
You call it, instead of banana, you call it potassium coin. That would be funny.
What's
Rug
the
pool coin?
what's the element? What's the natural elements like for potassium?
Like
Are you
what
saying
makes
like
up
NaC?
potassium? Oh, I
Oh.
see what you're saying.
K? It's K, right?
K, special K. Yeah.
Special K
potassium,
for
K.
special
Okay,
case.
coin.
Special K coin. K coin. All right. So, but let me just get the goddamn whiteboard over with so we can start coding it. All right. So we need to use Solidity. Obviously. All right. We need to use Solidity. That's going to be our language. We need to use Remix IDE. We don't need to, but we're going to. Because you can actually publish directly to the test net. Actually, you can publish directly to production with Remix IDE. I had no idea, but you can. So Remix IDE.
Sounds dangerous.
Yeah, it does sound
Chad
dangerous.
coin.
Chad coin.
Chad coin.
Someone say that in chat.
Someone said it in chat.
Chat. All right, let's do it. Chad Tyrone.
Matt W says Chad coin.
All right. I think Chad coin. That's it.
What about GCC?
Like the GCC compiler.
Giga Chad coin.
Oh, Giga Chad coin.
There's already a Chad coin, but we might be able to do it anyway.
There's
Is there really already a
Chad
Chad coin?
Let's do Giga Chad.
There's already a Chad
That's
coin.
hilarious, bro. What's their markup?
Somebody pull it
Oh
up.
my god.
Oh yeah, it's Chad's VC.
GCC.
Is it really?
CCC.
Back supply. Okay, total supply.
We need like a Unicode symbol for it.
How do you calculate this? Market cap is $3
$300,000.
million.
Oh no, yeah.
No way.
That's ridiculous.
Oh my
dude.
god.
No way. I think I got lost in the blockchain. Hold on.
I shouldn't be surprised though. This is crypto.
That's
There's a lot of degeneracy out there.
All right, I'm back. I'm back. Chad's VC. Oh, dude, it's got the symbol and everything. Wow.
Dude, this
Look
is
at
I
that.
think this is how Chad invests his money.
Yo, dude.
He became
Why don't we make a
a
GCC?
venture capitalist. What's
So the symbol CHADS.
So we could do CHAD.
Wait, how did they have a symbol with five?
Well, you could do I mean, look at USDT. That's 4.
Yeah, I know you can do 4, but you can't do 5, right?
I mean, I think dude, honestly, I think you because that method just has to return a string, right? I mean, I think you could honestly return like a pretty long name if you really wanted your token to be like, you know, it's, I don't know, fucking Constantinople or something.
Okay. How much is Chad Coin right now?
Oh, dude, it had a little pump in March.
Yo, does it have a
Look
use
at that
case?
Chad pump.
The Chad token is described to be a social experiment with a deflationary coin utilizing a novel burn curve mechanism. The lower the price users sell to transfer Chads, the more their tokens are burnt. That is very interesting.
So each token is called a Chad.
Wow. Okay. All right. So it's gonna be Giga Chad coin. All right, or GCC. We can try to just make it. Well, I mean, we can try to do CHAD. We can do that. We can figure that in a second now. All right. So and then we just need a meta. We need a MetaMask wallet, which we have as well. So I already have a MetaMask wallet and account that we can use. We don't need to download any Solidity compilers because we're going to be using Remix IDE. And for people in the chat who don't know, Remix IDE is like a browser-based IDE. If you guys don't know what IDE is, it stands for Integrated Development Environment. So we have our technologies over here on the left, and that is done. All right, and the next, we really just need a smart contract. So we need a smart contract. All right. And yeah, we just need one smart contract. And then we need to deploy this smart contract to MetaMask or to the testnet. We're going to use MetaMask to do that. And some test ether, which I have a plethora of test ether. So we're good to go. So let's just start coding, all right?
Josh is low-key test Ethereum rich.
Dude, you guys don't know how many times I press that test faucet. I sit there all day long. One day, dude. One day it's gonna be valuable.
One day it's gonna switch, and all the normal Ethereum will be worthless.
The flipping it. All right. So first, we'll just go ahead and create the smart contract. So for the people who don't know, this is Remix IDE. Okay. As you guys can see, I'm running this in Chrome in my browser. So like you don't have, if you want to do Solidity programming or programming for the EVM or Ethereum virtual machine, you can literally just go to remix.ethereum.org and all of it's done for you. Like it's all in there. You can actually like compile in here. There's a compiler. There is this GUI to test with, which by the way, if the people who don't know, people who already know a thing or two about code, if you have a state variable, all right, or so if there's just a variable and a state variable in a contract, they automatically create getter methods for it, which I'll show you guys in a second when we start creating some variables. But in this right here where it says deployed contracts, there's going to be a little button for each getter, or there's going to be a button for each variable, and it basically like creates a getter already for each variable, which is like interesting and cool. So that's less work for us. But
could you give an example of like a state variable? Why would I need a state variable?
A state variable is a variable that is going to exist. It's a variable for the smart contract that's going to exist indefinitely on the blockchain. Basically, it's going to live on past the program.
Okay. Is it tied to me and like my wallet, or is it the same for everyone?
It's the same for everyone, right? Or no?
I don't know.
So the state variables in Ethereum, they're this. Okay, actually, a better way to explain that should have been they're the variables for a contract, and those variables can be accessed anywhere inside the EVM and anywhere on the Ethereum network.
Okay.
So if my contract, if they're public, if they're private, they're also part of the state still, but they can't be accessed outside. But if another contract wants to access those variables, or like, I don't know, a miner or anyone running like an Ethereum node, and actually, I don't mean to get too far ahead of myself, but actually, even if the variables are private, even if they're like labeled as private, if you have the right software and you're running like a node, an Ethereum node, they can still find like the data in a private variable. But alas, the state variables, I believe, exist. They're existent on the blockchain itself, so other contracts can interact with them.
So you could almost think of them as like a global variable, right? In terms of accessibility.
Yeah, if they're public, yes. Let's look at a definition. Damn it, did I go to the blockchain? Am I missing?
You are currently in the blockchain.
Jesus, guys, why didn't y'all tell me?
No, it happened when you asked.
It just happened.
I'm back. I'm alive. Guess who's back? All right, so let's see. Local variable and state variables, difference between them. All right, so basically, Solidity docs here. Let's actually grab the docs. State variables are values which are permanently stored in the contract storage, which means basically like they're permanent. They're in the contract storage. And also, from my understanding, they can be accessed elsewhere. So state variables are variables whose values are permanently stored in the contract storage. See the type sections for valid state variables, visibility and getters, which we already know. We talked about public, private. There's public, private. There is internal and external. The words might not be internal and external. They might be like two other words, two other pseudonyms for internal and external, but okay.
So even though we call it a variable, it's kind of more like a file or something that sticks around. So even after the code runs and is done, it's still like on a hard drive somewhere, right?
Yeah. It's going to exist on the Ethereum virtual machine forever, unless like consensus comes together and decides like we're going to delete all that data, which I guess we have to explain a consensus now, don't we? Consensus would basically be like so if we know the English word consensus, it's like the, let's look at the definition of the English word consensus.
It's like an agreement.
Yeah. So by consensus, it means, at that point, you literally mean people having to come together and deciding, hey, we want to delete this, right?
I didn't hear you, Fido. Could you repeat that?
So when you mentioned it, you mean like, so to frame it, it's like at that point, you're talking about people coming together and coming to a decision as to whether or not that should be deleted, right?
Yeah, exactly. So in English, the definition of the word consensus means a general agreement in opinion. The definition of a consensus is an agreement made by a group. All right. So what do we know about the Ethereum virtual machine? It's or the Ethereum network. It's like a network of all different computers and nodes together that keep this network alive. So it's not just like a network running off of one server. You can think of it as like multiple servers, right? And they don't all belong to the same company. They don't all belong to the same country. They don't even all belong to the same continent or region of the world. They're all just like spread out all throughout the world, right? And that's what creates decentralized network. That's what makes it decentralized. Okay. So in order for them to change everything on the blockchain from its previous history, or to change the ways some sort of like mechanisms of it work in general, they would have to have a consensus, or the consensus would have to come together and all say, okay, we all, literally all of us have to agree on this. It doesn't actually have to literally be 100% of the people together, but it has to be like a vast majority. In order for that to happen, like pretty much everyone on every country and every continent and every part of the world would have to agree. So it can't be like, I mean, I guess like if someone went to every single Ethereum node and offered them all money, then maybe they could possibly like change it. But I mean, like what are the chances of that happening? There's like thousands of people like in different companies, and there's no way. And a lot of these nodes are just regular people too. They're just like random people, and I don't even know if you even can actually find like, I don't know if nodes, the runners of nodes, are public knowledge yet. I mean, we could figure that out, but so I don't even know if you can
Well, it's
find
probably
them.
like websites. Like you can mask it or just like file an LLC that that hides your privacy.
Yeah, exactly. Why are we talking about consensus again? That's consensus. But anyway, oh yeah, I don't know why. Because basically those variables, the state variables, are existent after the program has already been ran, or the contract has already been interacted with once, right? So state variables are a part of the contract, and they exist forever and ever and ever in the blockchain unless blockchain Jesus comes out of the sky and says, hey, we have to change this. And then I guess blockchain Jesus, he has the ability to change. I guess blockchain Jesus has the consensus power, but if it's not blockchain Jesus, it can't be changed. Nick Sledge in the chat, extra problem with consensus attacks is that the actual users remember what the history is and can fork the coin if people actually pull off the attack. Already happened for etc. once. Interesting. I did not know that.
Ethereum Classic, he means.
Okay. Makes sense. Nobody likes Ethereum Classic.
So long story short.
Yeah. So
if you don't-
Ethereum Classic is the first time example in history where Ethereum Classic is the original Ethereum. It's the original Ethereum blockchain, right?
Yeah, that's the DAO hack, right?
Yeah.
That's what caused the fork.
Wait,
Yeah.
right. So there's essentially what ended up happening is that shit got hacked, and now we're actually on another chain, aren't we? It was
Yep.
it fork? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Which is the only time in history that like usually the original fork is always the one that's actually like done the best. Anytime not the original fork, the original chain itself is the one that's always done the best, and all the other forks afterwards have been shitty. So like Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV, Satoshi's Vision, Bitcoin Gold, or whatever, Bitcoin Diamond. These are all different forks of Bitcoin. And the original Bitcoin is the one that's remained consistent, yada, yada, da, blah, 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 right? But yeah, actually in Ethereum Classic is the original one, just I guess why it's called Classic. But getting on with the episode, gentlemen. So we got our little remix ID pulled up here, and all I have to do I need to make a new contract. So I'm just gonna have to click this little new file button right here. All right, so we're gonna say, what am I gonna call this? We don't need to know the name. Oh, Chad coin, right? Giga Chad. Are we gonna say Giga Chad coin or Giga Chad token? Boom. All right, pragma. What is the pragma? Pragma.
Okay, so we're coding now. Now we're going harder.
Do it. Did I spell pragma wrong?
Now you're good.
Why is it freaking out? Oh, you know what? Solidity. There we go, baby. All right, and I need to do contracts.
Bada boopy.
Giga, baba boopy. There was a man at my pool today. He said he was Italian. I said, very nice. Contact.
Short Italian stories.
Short
There you go. A beebada, a babada boobada. All right, so now we have our contract.
Sick. Are we done?
I guess so. Let's deploy it.
Is Solidity Pascal case, or does it really matter? It doesn't matter.
I guess it does. I mean, I think the name of the contract should be. Is this Pascal case or Camel case? Yeah, Pascal case. But I think the variables are supposed to be Pascal. All right, but real quick,
Okay.
we can finish up really quick. But before we finish, let's just put let's put some comments of what we should make, or all the members of the method. So we know we need a name, a symbol. We need the decimal, total supply. So let's knock these out real quick. So let's just do that. Name. We need a name member. We're going to need a symbol. Is there someone screaming outside right now? What it sounds like? Is there a wretched woman screaming down there? Decimals. We're gonna need a good old total supply. Maybe we should make these Pascal case, Camel case. And actually, what I should do is I'll put a comment here. Members. And this is going to be type. And then I guess member functions. Member functions. All right. And
Does
that's
your
going to
member
be.
function?
I don't know.
Okay, just checking.
The last time I had to use the member, it was about 4.5 years ago. I'm just a lowly dev. I don't know what is up or down, and now I'm drunk off a White Claw, so can't really much tell you. Balance of, again, that's a member function. So total supply, decimals, optional. This method. Okay, so this method is optional. The total supply is not optional. Balance of is not optional. Transfer is not optional. So we need transfer too.
So just out of curiosity, like if somebody already knew how to make one of these tokens, and but they made a new one from scratch, would they do what we're doing now, or is there some sort of like template Solidity file somewhere on GitHub that's like kind of gives you the structure and you fill in the blank?
Yeah, there is. Let's find one.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm sure there is.
But I like what we're doing now, where it's kind of like from scratch, so that we can actually talk through what each of these things do.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. Yeah, so I just Googled like ERC20 token GitHub.
Open Zeppelin.
We're gonna need this too
That looks
for
complicated.
balances.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just a map of an address that points to an integer, and it's called balances. So we're gonna have like a map that contains all the balances from the addresses, and then we're gonna have a nested map for allowances. Oh yeah, we have to do that too. Fuck, forgot about that. Because people are gonna want to interact with this contract to get our token. We're gonna have to have an allowances, and it's gonna have a map. It's gonna be a mapping of addresses that map to a mapping of addresses and a balance. Does that make sense?
Is that actually mandatory to be an ERC20?
I don't know if this is, but we might want to do that. I know total supply, name symbol,
What exactly is an allowance, though?
a balance.
Is it?
An allowance.
An allowance.
I know what a balance.
Were you gonna answer, Mike? Or you want me to answer?
Well, if I remember right, basically it's like this mechanism that allows certain amount of tokens to be owned by you, but you allocate a portion of it to say, okay, I have 100 tokens, but I'm gonna allow Fido to spend 50 of them, and I'm gonna allow Aurelian to spend the other 50. Something along those lines, where like they don't own the token and it's not in their wallet, but they're allowed to transact using it on my behalf. So imagine if you like are a business and you or you have a team and you want certain people on the team to be like your financier people. It's kind of a way of giving them permission to do stuff for you so that you don't have to.
So these
Okay,
tokens
then
aren't actually wallets. It's kind of like they have like pseudo balances then.
Yeah, so that's why it's a nested map, because in this case where it's like an address pointing to a mapping, it would be like Josh's MetaMask address points to a map where one entry is my address and it says like 50, and another is like Fido's address and it says like 20.
Okay. So
if that's the case, then what I was thinking was wrong. So that means I have to quit. All right, I'm jumping out the window. Fuck it.
Goodbye, Josh.
Fuck it. He's doing it live. He's doing it live.
I'm leaving. I'm gonna jump off this balcony right here. Actually, I probably shouldn't joke about that on YouTube.
I'd take one more sip of that.
Josh, dude.
Lambo.
Wait, what? What's that? You said you want all my Litecoin? Try to fall on a Lambo?
Yeah. That's
Okay. All right.
a Lambo.
But yes, we could, if you were just wanting to do this at home, you could just go and like look up someone else's code on GitHub. And boom, there you go, we got it. And that's actually, and it's not like a whole lot of like complicated code, right?
So if you copied that whole thing and published it to a testnet, would it work?
Yes. Well, no. You'd have to change. Let's see. They never gave it a name. They just created the name. Oh. So you can interact with this and you could basically like knock on this constructor's door. You can say, hey contract, here's the name and here's the symbol, and then boom, then you could have just created a token. That's what it looks like. Default value of decimals set to 18, alt decimals. But we're gonna hard code our own, okay? We're gonna hard code our own name. So should we just go ahead and do that real quick and we can call it a night?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Yeet. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say for the name, we're going to do obviously string. So we want a string public, and this is a part that's important. It's got to, all these have to be public, or else like this entire thing is useless. So it's a public name. All right, and what's our name, guys?
Is it
Dinosaurus
GigaChat?
Rex.
How did they make the names? Where was that GigaChad name? Wait, where's the chat token? Let's see. What's up?
Are you allowed to put spaces?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to find out.
Well, that one says
Chad's
Chad's
VC?
VC, and that has a space in it. So is that,
Yeah, it does have a space, so I don't know.
What's the difference?
so.
What's the difference between Chad's VC and just Chad's? Because I see both of those strings.
I don't know. Is there just a regular Chads? Oh, no. Yeah. So, okay. The difference is this is the name and this is the symbol. There's two different strings. We need two strings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay. We'll just say, well, what is the name? GigaChad?
No, ours is
Chad coin?
GigaChads. We'll just say GigaChads. GigaChads. Boom. All right, so now we got our name. We need
Nice.
to end it in the line. All right, and then we're gonna have a dimble, whatever a dimble is, S symbol, symbol, and that's gonna be string too. So string public, and we'll just say symbol. Have we decided our symbol yet?
We need like a Unicode symbol, right? Or no?
GCD?
Yeah, GCD.
GCD.
No, GCC.
Love it.
GCC.
GCC? What's the second C for?
Coin.
But we're just calling it, okay, yeah, GigaChad coin or GigaChad token?
GigaChad coin.
I thought we were just going to call it GigaChad. GigaChads.
Well, you could call the tokens like you could be like, hey, send me 5 GigaChads.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Right?
sounds good.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Rolls off the tongue, you know?
All right.
So
And then we
would
need
you
our
do like GCD?
I don't know. I
Or
guess
like,
we
what
can
if you
change
did
that.
Is there a token that's just Giga, like GIGA?
I don't know.
I
Someone
kind of
query
like
that.
that too. Let's try.
I like that too, actually.
Let's look. Is there a Giga?
Yep. Yeah. XG Giga.
Fuck.
There
Damn.
is a Giga, unfortunately. Tisk. All right, we'll keep it for GCC for now, but then later we can just change if we want. And we need our decimals of precision. So decimals of precision, blah, 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 blah. And that's going to be a uint. Uint. I think this needs to be. I don't think we got to declare it. What size? Would you say uint? Well, uint just auto defaults to 256, I think. So, but obviously we want a precision size of 18. Okay, and then, oh yeah, we do need a member for total supply too. We actually do need a total supply as well. Total supply. And we can say that's got to be, fuck. It's going to be decimal too. Freaking out. Uint. Public. Total supply. So yeah, we'll do camel case. I need to end this line correctly. Equals 18. Total supply equals, what is our total supply of this going to be? Infinity? Is there only going to be 9,001 of them? What do we want the total supply to be?
2,000. There can only be so many chads.
I don't know if we actually can like hard code. I think this might have to be. Wait. Because of the decimals of precision, I think this needs to be 2,000 times 10 to the 18th power. Which, by the way, if you want to say to the power of, it's asterisk. So would this actually? I don't know how the users can see this, people can see the screen or not. But what this actually means is
You can't put like a scientific number in Solidity, like 2e blah blah blah.
no, we have to do asterisk. So this can be 2,000 times 10 to the 18th power. So let's actually figure that out. Let's do that. $2,000 times. I don't know if I can do that in here either. Let's Google it. 2,000 times 10 to the 18th power. Yeah, 2E21, whatever. Okay. So that should give us the total supply that we need.
Am I incorrect? But wasn't it 8 to the 8th power, Josh? Or am I wrong?
We're doing that. The example that we looked at, it was 8, but we're going to use 18 for the decimals of precision on this one.
Okay.
We want like the full 18. Did Craig die? Craig DJ, you dead? Anyway, we don't need him anymore. We're pretty much done here.
No, my audio is all fucked up, apparently.
Rip. It's all good, dude. We're done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. So, unless you guys have anything else you want to say, thank you for joining us tonight. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Waldemar Perez Jr., Matt W., Nick Sledge, Ari George, Oso Chan. Thank you very much. If you guys have a better name for the symbol, I think we're going. Well, we want Giga Chad something. So if you guys think of a better name and then a better symbol, leave a comment.
Could you use like a symbol like $sign or exclamation point in a token symbol?
I'm not sure. I'll have to research that. Nick Sledge says 9,000. Okay, so let's do 9,000. Let's do 9. Are you okay with 9,000? Because I am. I think that's great. Actually, it needs to be.
9,001.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's got to be 9,001.
Slightly over 9,000.
Yes. All right. Let me kill the share screen. Hit the like button. Shout out to Max Dignitas. Am I pronouncing your name, Max? Have I been pronouncing your name wrong? Hey, you know what I'm trying to figure out? Who the fuck is that Chris person that came in and like helped us fix that Binance API error? We haven't seen him since then. Did he actually join Developer Direction? Am I in the blockchain? I'm going. I'm in the blockchain.
You're in the blockchain.
No. I'm going. I'm in the blockchain.
Damn it.
If you haven't joined
Everything
Developer
is
Direction,
echoey.
join Developer Direction.
Wait, but
Like,
no,
comment,
guys.
subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Seriously though, that guy Chris in Developer Direction who's like been at like 3 webinars but hasn't come out to that. Is that the Chris? Is that the mysterious Chris? Or is that a Chris that we know?
Maybe he's like an angel who like shows up when you most need him to help you and then goes back to where he came from.
Was he in the chat today?
No, he hasn't been in the chat since like three episodes ago. So I don't know where he is.
Maybe he took an arrow to the knee.
He took an arrow to the knee. That's it for us tonight, guys. Yeah, again, if you guys can think of a better name, drop a comment. Later.
Peace.